Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here then welcome. My name is Millie and today I am going to be showing you around this palette. So this isn't new but it is new to me. This is the Revolution Forever Flawless Constellation palette. There are some absolutely amazing colours in here. I do a full arm swatch of all of the colours and then I pop a few of them on my face and create this finished look. So if you want to see all of these swatches and how I created this look, then just keep on watching. So this is the palette that I'm going to be showing you around today. This is the Forever Flawless palette in the sort of shade Constellation, and there are just beautiful sort of blue tones and everything. I will get into it, but firstly just look at that packaging. I'm trying to do it without blinding you from the ring light, so apologies for that. But inside, they are the colours on the inside. So as you can see, beautiful dark jewel tones and a few neutrals that are always welcome. I will go along each row and just swatch them on my arm for you. So I'll start at the top and work my way down. So the first one on the top row is Celestial, and that is a neutral pink, perfect for an inner corner and the highlight, and that is a shimmer. Next along is Jupiter, and that is a beautiful bright hot pink, and that one is a matte. The third one along is another shimmer. This is a beautiful lilac shimmer called Spiral. Number 4 is called Saturn, and that is a beautiful foil sort of tealy turquoise colour. The 5th shade along is called Night Sky, and that is another beautiful shimmer. And the last one on that top row is another matte, and that one is called Mars. So the next row down, the first one is called Harp, and that is a beautiful bronze gold shimmer tone. Next along is Universal, which is a matte sort of purpley toned brown. The third one along is called Neptune, and that is a satin finish blue. The 4th shade along on that second row is the brightest colour in the palette, and that is called Venus, and that is a hot pink. The 5th shade along, again on that second row, I am very excited by this colour. That is Cluster, and that is a foiled black with silver reflects in it. And lastly on that second row is Solar, which is a bright true gold, almost like a mustardy tone, and that is a shimmer finish. Now on to the last row. This one is called Dimension, and it is a hot pink but with a lilac glitter reflex in it. It's like a duochrome. The next one along is called Fractal, and that is a true silver. The third one along is a beautiful bright matte purple. I will just dip in again because I didn't swatch that one very well there. There we go, and that one is called Cosmic. The next one along is called Mercury, and that is a stunning dark silver, and that one is a shimmer. The second to last one is called Retrograde, and that is a deep plum matte colour. And the very last one I don't think is going to show up because it is pretty much the same colour as my skin. You can see it a really little amount, and that is a matte shade called Asteroid. So that is all of the swatches of the palette, and I think what I'm going to do is run some of the just more neutral brownie shades through my crease and probably under my eyes a little bit, and then I want to play with Cosmic, the purple, and Venus, the bright pink, So I think what I'll do is I'll probably put Venus on the inner half of my eye, Cosmic on the outer corner of my eye, and then Dimension, which is the hot pinky colour, which has the sort of lilac duochrome shift in it. I'm very excited by that one. I do definitely think that there's loads of different looks that you could do, like that satin shade was absolutely stunning, and the cluster shade, that dark, I might also use that because that was beautiful too, and that was like a foil that was really, really shiny and shimmery. So I think there's loads of options, and I do also think that there's like enough neutrals that you could use this every day, but there's also, you know, the bright pink and all of those different shades just to mix it up a little bit. Before I start with any of those shades though, I will just go in with the e.l.f. Putty Primer. I just have the shade White, I think it's called. Yes. And I'll just take a really small amount of that on a fluffy brush and buff that over my eyelids just to give a really white light base, just to give the pigments in the eyeshadows the best chance of being as bright as possible. So you can see the difference there, it's just a little bit brighter. If I had like a light concealer that was like far too light for me, then I would use that instead, but I don't, and I do actually really rate this eye primer. I think that it works really well. So I'm just going to take quite a dense fluffy brush, and I think I'm just going to jump straight into Retrograde, which is this dark sort of plummy colour, just working that through my crease and under my eye as well. So I'm happy with how that is blending out into the crease. It's blending really, really nicely. As you can see, I've done it, laid it up a little bit on the outer corner, so it's a little bit darker there, and then I've barely got any on the sort of inner half. There is a little bit, but I'm going to put it in pink there, so I want it to be a little bit not as dark with the crease colour, if that makes any sort of sense. So now I'm going to go in with a smaller fluffy blending brush into that hot pink, and I'm just going to place that down. Oh, that colour is so bright. Just going to place that down on the inner half and blend it out, of course. So that is looking a little bit crazy now. I did sort of blend it up into the eye socket on the inner corner there, and then just with the same brush I'm going to go into Cosmic, which is the dark purple, and sort of just do the same thing but on the outer, like the outer corner of the eye, and just blend it into that crease shade that I put on already. And as I'm blending that out, I'm sort of flicking it up, not bringing it down when I'm blending, flicking it up a little bit, just to keep the eye quite open, because these are obviously quite dark, bright colours, and both of these as well are the matte shades. And then I'll just go back over with no product on this brush, just the first fluffy brush that I used, and blend that out. I'll just run a little bit of that Cosmic under the very outer corner of the lower lash line as well. So now I'm just going to go in with a flat brush into that duochrome one, and that is called Dimension, and I'm just going to pop that across the middle. That Dimension colour isn't showing up as much as I'd hoped, so I'm just got some on a brush and then I've sprayed it with some setting spray. Maybe it's because I've got dark colours on underneath, but that Dimension colour isn't showing up quite as much as I had hoped it would. So I'm just going to leave that as it is. I'm just going to take a really small brush and go in with Celestial, which is the very first shade in the top left hand corner, and use that for my inner corner. Ooh, that is beautiful. That inner corner, I don't know how I'll be able to see it, but that colour is beautiful for an inner corner highlight. So I am going to go off camera, do the other eye, do some winged eyeliner, maybe even some lashes, and then I'll be right back. So this is the finished look. I am so impressed with the pigment from this palette. It is, I mean, we all know that I love Revolution palettes. I swear by them. They are always ones that I go to, but the colours are so bright and so pigmented. The duochrome one that I tried was a little bit of a flop, but I'm going to try it maybe just like on its own with something through my crease, not with such a bright eyelid colour, but it blended out so nicely and there was no fallout. Nothing you know, fell out underneath my eyes, on top of my cheeks or anything like that. And I think that this palette in particular, there's so many different colours that you can do so many different looks, and I think this was £12. That does seem to ring a bell. I will correct myself if I'm wrong, but yeah, really like it. Let me know if you like the finished look that I created down below, and if there's any other looks or any other palettes that you want to see on this channel, then please do let me know and I will be sure to do that. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye!